I'm going to talk to you about adjustments that are live adjustments. So these are dynamic shots that your director may ask for either before your shot starts or while or when your shot starts. They might say like, hey, do this type of movement. So let's talk about some examples of those. The first would be zooming in and out. So the word for this when we're taking a live shot that has zoom is called push and pull. So a push shot is going to be zooming in slow like this. Real slow. Just a nice smooth movement. So that's a push, is zooming in. And a pull is a nice slow zooming out. And it just gives us a nice live effect. All right, so your director might also ask for a pan, which we already talked about what panning is, but this is like a live version. So, we've got a whole band on stage here. We got Dumbledore on the right, Voldemort on the left. If we want to do a nice slow pan to capture everyone on stage, we're going to start from the left, and your director will say, pan right. And you'll do a nice, slow, smooth movement. These ones take practice because we don't have motorized movement. This is all manual hand movement. So you don't want to go too fast or too slow. You'll just need some practice to get it just right. And another thing to know is for both your push and pull shots and your pan shots, you never want to stop your movement. You just want to keep going until you're not live anymore. So you will always keep going. If you hit the end of your zoom limit, well, then you don't need to keep going. But panning, yeah, same thing. Just never stop. Even if you get way too far away, just trust your director. They'll cut to something new. Next, we're going to talk about a rack focus, which is a change in focus during a live shot. So this is changing which subject your camera is focused on. So say that we were going to do a rack focus, say Voldemort here is like the keyboard player, and in the background we have our electric guitar player, Dumbledore. If we did a live rack focus shot, it could look something like this. And those take practice to get them really smooth. But say that you go live, maybe you change your focus and move your shot at the same time. It's just a cool dynamic movement. So, okay, another version of rack focus is when you start really out of focus like this, and then come into focus when your shot is live. So, especially with all the lights we have on stage on Sunday, this can give a cool like Christmas lights effect where all the light bulbs are kind of like blurred out, but then you come quickly into focus when your shot comes live. The thing that you want to be careful with in these shots is not being out of focus for too long. We never want to cut to something that like takes too long to come into focus. So especially with some of the different lenses on Sundays, you want to be careful because some of them have like really long focus ranges, and you might think it is only going to take a couple seconds to get into focus, but then it takes like 4 or 5 seconds, which is too long. So this is what like a good live rack focus looks like. Say that we go live now, it looks like this. Or you could go less out of focus and do a quicker or a slower change. So if we went live right now, so that's the other version of rack focus. The last live adjustment is called a whip pan. So we haven't really used this much one yet, but it's a really cool creative touch, especially on like an upbeat song. This is like a quick pan between subjects. So we're going to use a little bit crazier of an example for this, for a whip pan, but especially on upbeat songs, this provides like a cool quick movement between different subjects to just create some energy, especially in like a drum break or something where there's like silence. So you just do a quick movement like this, and I did a bad job of it, but they take practice, and we haven't really done this movement much, but it can provide a really cool effect, especially if you practice a lot during rehearsal, to choose the right moment for something really tasteful like that. That's obviously something we only do once, maybe twice during a whole worship morning, and it's something we want to prep for. So that's some creative elements to creating dynamic live shots. All right, well, let's watch something that kind of puts all the pieces together. This is some of the best in the biz. This is Bethel Music's multi-view production team at one of their biggest conferences. So this is above and beyond our norm, but yeah, I love to watch videos like this as inspiration and to just dream about what we could be doing one day. Particular thing to pay attention to in this video is a camera whip that you'll hear the director kind of coach the camera operator during their live shot to move from the drums player and to whip their camera over. So listen for that. That's a pretty cool moment. But yeah, if you want to check out more videos like this and get inspired, go to YouTube and just search for the Bethel Production YouTube channel, and they actually post like their multi-view feeds of every service. So plenty of things to be inspired by there. All right, enjoy.
The break's coming up soon there, 7.